Hey, yo, Uncle Ish.
What's up, man?
Drop some lyrics right quick.
I bet. Wind and fire.
They spill blood across the waters just to flood our streets with crack. We don't rap about the corner, cause our tape recorder's tapped. I've been sent back from the future, so I know the present meaning. You seeing girls in mini skirts, all I see is demons and some genies in bikinis trying to knock me off my fast. Takes more than that to stop me, my hunger's all I have. They use passion as a weapon, we use passion as a craft to maneuver through the dunya, making do it like it's cash. I'd rather die for naked truth than a monkey shoot a lie. If ignorance is bliss, I'd rather suffer peace of mind. Push a curtain to the side like I'm Malik Shabazz III. Take a swim amongst the stars and play guitars while Rome burns. Feel the heavens fall asunder, and when the stars disperse, when the seas are commingled and the graves overturned, every soul shall know what it is set forth and left behind. Every soul shall know what it is set forth and left behind. So woe to the defrauders for the day they meet their Lord, when hell begins to kindle and the ocean starts to boil, and every soul receives its portion owned and set aside. Which one of the blessings of your Lord shall ye deny? I feel the moors up in my bones, in my veins there's a spirit. Even feel it bubble in my DNA's double helix. Rough acrylic lyrics painted, you can picture when you hear it. There it is at 12 o'clock, it's hot in physical appearance. 33rd degree, Illuminati agents are not serving me. I'm so charged with the force, my skin tone looks burgundy. In a eternity, the date, that's just a word to me.
Yo. People. Now hear this. You're all dead wrong.
Uh-oh.
You're dead wrong. Oh, the world is coming to an end. Oh, it's so bad. It's so terrible. Stop it.
Tell them, see.
Right? Am I lying? Stop it.
You ain't lying.
Yes, you can't let them tell you how to see things. Listen. First of all, whose world is coming to an end? Whose world is coming to an end?
I don't like it.
Not exactly. You sound like, oh, we sick,
the
boss? I don't care if the boss. I give a damn if Wall Street crumbles. I know I'm supposed to care because I'm supposed to know how the banking system and Wall Street and credit and all those things work. I do know, but as a regular citizen, I'm supposed to care about Wall Street because I don't know why. Because their first stock was slaves. Maybe that's why I should care about Wall Street. Other than that, I don't care about Wall Street. Whose world is ending? The banking cartels world is ending.
Good.
The corporation world, the racist world, is the racist world ending, and that's why we're upset? Whose world is ending?
With a fire.
How long do you think, right, a system that's built on every form of slavery known to man is going to exist?
Oh, Azeem is
Like honestly, if you think about the people who sat in ancient Egypt and the people who sat in ancient Greece and ancient Rome under these aqueducts, and the people who sat in the hanging gardens of Babylon, the people who went into the king's chamber of the pyramid and felt the magnetism and how it was like a perfect container that kept everything like a refrigerator, but it wasn't cold.
Or hot.
They thought there's no way man will reach higher than this. This is the height of everything, and they're now sitting in dust. You don't think New York one day is gonna be sitting in dust? You're stupid. You know how many ancient civilizations have reached our level of technology and then have disappeared, only for these people to walk around and call proof of it out of place artifacts.
Call that paleontology.
Opas. That's what they call them. Oh, this is an out of place artifact. It doesn't fit with the Columbus story.
Yeah,
or the bomba blood clot. Stop listening to them.
That's paleontology.
Our world is not ending. Our world is in the middle, almost at the height of a cultural revolution. People, listen to me. We are in the middle of a cultural revolution. Just because the media doesn't frame it like that, it doesn't mean it's not true. The rest of the world sees it like that. They're watching us. They see us doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yes, sir.
Look around you.
All right.
Look at how many people have transformed themselves. Look at how many artists have popped up, how many new podcasts, how many chefs have been created, how many books have been finished, how many people have created a new do-it-yourself business from home.
That's all you.
How many people are figuring things out, how much homeschooling is going on, and how many people are realizing, hey, hold on, I don't have to go sit in this square, thought-killing, programming upright slave ship that they call a skyscraper. I don't have to go sit in that for 9 hours a day, talking in a damn high-pitched voice like I left my nuts at home in the freezer.
Good morning. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Hi, how are you?
Right? I don't have to do that. I can do all the things that I do in that office from my house.
No doubt.
And you know what? I think it's a better idea. We are in the middle of a cultural revolution. How many people are questioning the police?
Word up.
How many people are questioning the politicians and what's going on? It's amazing, and we have to embrace that. And if we're able to embrace it, then we won't see this as it's so bad. This is like the year of ashes in Sweden. Get off that listen. All right, sweetheart,
down,
turn
brother.
your thing down a little bit.
Don't tell her what
your
to
sound,
do.
turn it down.
All right.
Or turn your fan off or something.
You just flipped
All
your
right.
chip, Azeem. You gotta calm down too. All right. Tell the people now. Go back to what you were saying.
So look at it like this. All right, shout out to Europe. Whoever invented Europe, they cool and all of that.
That's
all
King
right?
Arthur. No,
I'm not
Merlin.
tripping.
Merlin invented
I've been
that
all
shit.
over Europe. You
No,
could drop me off in Ireland. You could drop me off in Italy.
No
I'm
doubt.
good. Just see you later. I'm good. Buongiorno and all of that.
Get
All
a
right.
cappuccino
So look,
with the chocolate on top.
Imagine being in Europe, stuff like that. You finally discover that the world you finally discover the world isn't flat.
Uh-oh.
Right? The world is round. So you get on your ship and you sail and you end up somewhere like in Indonesia somewhere, or you end up somewhere in the Caribbean, you end up somewhere in Africa, and you come up to the people and you're like, oh wow, hey, this is some really nice weather you guys have here. When's your winter? And they're like, the what? Winter? They're like, yeah, sorry. Wheneth is thou with frosteth and snoweth? When does that arrive? And brother, what's dude talking about? Like, I don't know, maybe he's hungry. I offer him some food, you know what I'm saying? So, here you go. Want a mango? What type of cranberry is this? Parsons, look at this. Yo, homie, that's not a berry. That's a mango. A what? It's a mango. Like, these grow here? Yeah, they grow everywhere, man. We don't, we just pick them and eat them. Then they started seeing like bananas and pineapples and coconuts and they were like, what the fuck is this? They were like, yo, God hates us. God hates us. This is some bullshit. Like, I've been freezing my ass off for 9 months out of the year, eating dried berries and rabbit. And these people are just walking around in some loincloths, having sex, eating fruit, and playing drums all day. Their food don't done.
Never.
They don't have to chase nothing. I seen all type of breakfast, lunch, and dinner just walk by when I was standing there talking to them. So they were like, oh, hell no. They were like, they were pissed. I'd be pissed too. Like, F y'all. They was jealous. Man, F y'all damn old cooked looking ass brown people. F y'all. And there is no God. And there is no God. We're gonna be scientists. And you know, if you can't touch it and see it in a microscope, taste it, smell it, or kick it, well damn it don't exist. Well, let's see you do that with your mind. But anyway, here's another thing.
Psychology, Zane.
We get caught up because we're in the media. We're caught up in the emotion, in the emotional pendulum, what they call, right? It's a pendulum. It's from happy to depressed and mad to glad, etc., whatever. And it all depends on what's trending. You know, listen, terrible things happen all over the world every day. They just cherry pick what they want to show you. You know, every day something happens in Africa or Cambodia or Alaska or somewhere that's not even on your radar, you know, that's gonna blow your mind. That's either super positive or super negative. But we're so much on the media's titty. The United States is just a dome made of mirrors. Like when you look up and you try to see outside of your reality, all you see is a reflection of yourself. That's what the media has turned America into. So on behalf of the citizens of the United States and the natural people who are here and have been here, I just want to apologize to the rest of the world for the ignorance and stupidity
and your way you talk
that U.S. citizen debt slaves represent to the rest of the world. You know, I myself am a cultural ambassador.
I ain't gonna touch
and
that.
If you listening from anywhere outside the United States, not you, sweetheart. We already know you on the phone. With all that static, so you gotta be somewhere far away.
She on the walkie-talkies.
So yo, anyway, yeah, if you're listening anywhere outside, you know, I apologize on behalf of the good people of the United States, and there's a lot of them. Because here's one of my final points. I don't know when I'm gonna be done talking, but here's one of my final points is this. Look.
We looking.
All white people ain't white people.
Say it again.
All white people ain't white people. Yeah, I said
all that on it, bro.
Now you see, at one time, white was like Anglo-Saxon English officer,
military officer,
high-ranking English officer, like Anglo-Saxon. So these like Italians and Irish, Russian, Scottish, Jewish, Bulgarian, all these other types of like Nikola Tesla looking cats, they wasn't considered white.
Shout out to Tesla face.
So now,
in the earth dressing,
keep that in mind.
Frodo looking motherfuckers out there.
So we can break down what's going on in this country. Just keep that in mind for a moment.
Hipster dudes with the funny hats.
Now let me ask you a question. Hey, you done froze. Oh, you're there on mute? All right, okay. So look, let me ask you a question.
Brother. Focus. Azeem got ADD.
If you had a group of people who you had do everything for you for 200 years, they built your houses, they farmed your land, they tamed your animals and broke your animals and, you know, built your barns and cleaned up your house, took care of your children, raised your children, taught your children moral, everything, right? Okay, boom. After 200 years of that, right? Which peoples do you think are gonna have all the skills in society? You or them? Exactly. So what happened? So after the so-called slave was so-called free, right? Everything started to pop because it was going into more of an industrial revolution. They needed all hands on deck, right? So what it was that the newly freed slaves were way more skilled than the so-called white American population at the time. They knew how to do everything. Right. When these people didn't know how to do a lot of stuff because they had other people doing it for them. So What the American apartheid system did at the time was say, you know what? Instead of hiring these so-called blacks, oh, come all ye immigrants. Come all ye tired and ye weary. Come to the land of freedom. Come to the land of freedom and take these Negroes' jobs, because we don't know how to do it and we don't want them coming up. Take their jobs and we'll make you honorary white people. And all that means is we'll let you shit on black people and, you know, and you can feel good about it. That's really all it means.
Inequality.
And in the end, it's really just that so again, we're not saying, so it's silly to say all white people. There is no all white people. Everybody got a little something in them. There is no all white. If anything, it's a mentality. You know what I'm saying? So, but there is an element within so-called white, because you're dealing with universal law now and spirituality, right?
All planets matter.
There are 7 basic universal principles. Like, that's a whole nother show. Can I get a yeehaw?
Oh, what?
No? Okay.
Oh, my God.
That's a whole nother show.
Hey,
Yeehaw.
somebody call IT and check this guy
All right.
microchip, please.
We're not going to go into all of them, right? But the first one is all is one. Now, there's another universal law that's
Azeem.
polarity, meaning opposites, right? So that in itself is a conundrum,
That's not how you
right?
say that
Because
either,
you're gonna tell me everything is one, then you're gonna tell me the law is two, polarity, okay? But a magnet is one thing that's polarized. But anyway, so there you and there you have it. And polarity exists in all things. Now it even exists in populations. All right. So there's an element within white people that has manifested the most evil on their opposites.
No
People
doubt.
of color, or black people, indigenous people, whether it be the Aborigines of Australia, or people of the Caribbean, or people in Africa, or people in Malaysia, who were or the Americas, who were the opposite of them. They were highly spiritual. They were a lot more innocent. They saw themselves as one with nature, and they saw the animals as their relatives, and sentient beings who deserved a certain amount of respect, et cetera, et cetera. This type of lifestyle, a more pure or angelic,
We get it, brother. We get it.
Thing. When these two collided, it was a terrible thing. But again, from a bird's eye perspective, we're looking at polarity manifesting in it. So what did that do when these two forces collided? It's a terrible, terrible, tragic story. You wouldn't be able to sit through the movie, guaranteed.
Yeah,
if it was truly shown. You would not be able to make it through the movie. All right? But
I could barely watch Robin Hood.
it quickened us. Them being unleashed onto the world. And I don't mean all Europeans, again, I just mean the element within, a certain element within them, that everyone's riding on the coattails of it because it's been successful, but that's another story. Even we are on its coattails. So because it exists, because it came to us, it turned 4,000 years of learning and crammed it into 400 years. It turned the planet into a couch of luxury, which for many of us is basically what it was, into a PhD, master science, master philosophy, master spirituality, master spiritual war and psychology class. PhD level. PhD level.
Tell them, Azeem.
That's what it did.
No doubt.
And for those of us who make it through,
Salute.
or who have made it through,
Salute. 21 cannons.
it's
Birds
an
released and all of that.
undeniable amount of experience and wisdom to take on to wherever. Because whoever tells me that they know exactly what goes on after your physical body is finished, then so I don't know. But I do know that the information that we gain
It's out there, but
from going through this is heavy. You know, it's real heavy. And it should be the catalyst. Look, it's like I told my brethren, Lek from Abu Dhabi the other day.
Salam.
It's like I told my brethren, you know, it's
He
like
from the Sudan, though, bro. He not
without
gonna-
fire, the pot don't bubble. Now, okay, we had a pot of pure water sitting there for, you know, thousands of years. Ooh, look, a pot of pure water. Ooh, I can see myself. Ooh, I can splash in it. Ooh, it tastes nice or whatever. Oh, it's healing. Oh, I can do rituals with it. Yeah, all that. But we got stuck in that. There's nothing wrong with that, but existence is a distillation process from the base to the spirit. The same way they make alcohol. It goes from, you know, the fruit or whatever, the hard substance, and it gets refined and refined and refined and refined until it's a refined essence or spirit. The same thing is happening to us. That's why they're here, to quicken us into our master PhD classes. And they've done it. And you know what? When this is all over, you might look back and go, damn, I'm glad that happened. Otherwise, I would have been sitting there for another 4,000 years. And look where I'm at now. Look at me now. Look at me now. In the ethers. You know, so there we are. You know what I mean? And let me see how long I've been blabbling. 21 minutes. We're going to keep it on the 21 minute mark. Should we keep it on the 20 minute mark?
Yeah,
or should I go on a little bit more? I don't
Bring
really
the
know.
dictionary for me.
Okay, you know what? I was going to go on a little more. I was going to speak about the father of Masonic thought, also known as the Noble Moor, also known as the Royal Moor. His name is Angelo Solomon. Angelo Solomon. You can look him up. You can read about him yourself. And I'll just say that is just a hint towards the fact that history has been really bamboozled and confabulated, you know, and fang-dangled and angled and bangled on a whole other, you know, shape from circle to rectangle. You know what I mean? And then I also just want to, like, you know, point people in directions. Like, for example, like, all right, there's so many different ways to gain information out there, especially with the internet. You know what I mean? Tap into, you know, you remember that vibe for everybody who was around or everybody who listens to hip hop from the 90s. You remember that X-Clan, Public Enemy type of vibe, you know what I mean? KRS-One and Brand Nubians and Poor Righteous Teachers. Shout out Poor Righteous Teachers. If you don't love Poor Righteous Teachers, something wrong with your score. You flip your chip for real. You got to get your microchip checked. Okay? That era, check it out. That energy is still out there. The master teachers are still out there.
No doubt.
We're just not tapped in because we're used to looking at the circus.
Dr. Neely
You
Fuller,
know? So,
author of The Code.
you know, check out, if you want history that's going to blow your mind, check out Asir the Duke of Tears.
No doubt.
You know,
Islam
check out, for metaphysical information, check out Red Pill and Blue Pill and, what is it, Black Magic 365 channel. You know, check out Dr. Phil Valentine. You know, I'm gonna be forgetting so many people. If you want to go like more into the super esoteric realm, you know, Sevan Bomar. You know, if you want to go inside, there's a Jamaican spiritual teacher named Muji.
Salute.
Like, the dude is the real thing. I've done traveled through. I talked about going to India and doing all of that. Yo, trust me. If I had to run into Muji when I was traveling in India, I might still be in India for real.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I might go
you know,
tomorrow.
you want to know about, you know, the secret societies and all of that stuff. There's so many teachers out there for you to find and learn. So, you know, just start looking into all of that stuff. You know, even you want to go and look. I mean, the raw material. Look at the raw material. I mean, there are jokers online who are building their whole careers based on that series, the raw material itself. Don't let the title fool you. It's not what you think it is. It's not like some you know, Egyptology, and no diss to Egyptology, because it's
Shout out
all
brother
one.
Jabari and them.
Anyway, all right. A babble me a babble.
Yeah.
Done me done.
Please.
How do you spell fish without an eyes?
I gotta get a new
That's
job.
how you spell it.
I need a new job.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice for everybody. Not just people with penises or people without penises, and not just for this type of people or that. Just love, truth, peace, freedom, just for everybody. Like, if we get rid of all the little sections, you gotta remember, God is one, and the opposite is division, separation.
Say it again.
God is unity. The opposite of that is separation.
Right.
So the more boxes you try to stick me in, and away from not only my brother and my sister and my fellow man, but away from the people in the islands or across the waters, the more boxes you try to put me in to divide me from them, the more I'm gonna think that this is an artificial system. Lastly, artificial intelligence is mining everything you do online. Stop leaving the keys to your very mind on a digital page, just abandoned. They're taking everything you text, say, hear, speak, and do, and they're mining it and putting it together to formulate how you would think, do what on some Minority Report type of thing.
You got a pod?
Literally.
Okay, forget it.
And here you are online, leaving how you feel about everything under the sun for them to do that with.
But
You go mess around and get yourself cloned is what's gonna happen. Keep playing.
I hope they clone me. Away from this guy.
Speaking of mining, do you want special tailored jewelry? Do you want to know the miner who went into the earth to get it, and the craftsman who put your special wedding ring or special piece together? Well, check out Adonis and King, or Pina Adonis on Instagram. That's PINAADONIS on Instagram. And if you anywhere near the New York City area and you ready to hop on a boat and have the time of your life, you need to check out Ball Out Entertainment. BAWLOUT. New York City, Ball Out. If you're going that way, tap in. Trust me, you're welcome. And I love y'all, man.
Got to. Like hot sauce. I put that on everything.
Anybody hiring? Like, yo, he left the room. I'm looking for a new job because this guy's crazy. He don't know how to speak English or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get by. You know, he got me locked up in a basement down here. Dude be feeding me vegetarian food. I really, if anybody's hiring, just holler at me.